What's this, SpongeBob?
Rock bottom? It sure is weird around here.
Or you could reframe it and be like, what is God and what is the universe trying to teach me in all this? For today's video, I want to talk about why hitting rock bottom could be the best place to start and also the most uncomfortable at the same time. So let's get into the video now. What's happening, YouTube fam? Jared Bryce back here with another video on the Jared and James channel. If you guys don't know that, must mean that you're not subscribed, so you know what to do. Smash the subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, make sure to support us in all ways possible. So, I've been on kind of a motivational video type of kick recently. On the one hand, because I've been looking for more solution-based stuff, like to really help people through whatever they might be going through, and also because I've been going through some stuff, and whenever I'm going through a tough time in my life, I've actually realized how valuable what gets me through it could actually be to all of you guys. And also when I'm doing all these more talking based videos, it gives me a chance to work on my podcasting ability, and it gives me a chance to keep working with the new microphone. So I'm going to keep rolling with this and we'll see where it takes us. So while I've been going through my whole healing journey these past several years of healing from all of my life-threatening health issues, and seemingly having lost everything at one point or another, and seemingly had it all taken away from me, I've actually realized that that's actually a really good place in some ways to start, but it's also the most uncomfortable and the hardest. So, being someone who at one point had to learn how to talk, walk again, who's been having trouble with all of my digestive issues, with all of my speech issues, with my stammering and stuttering. So it hasn't been easy. But whenever you may have actually lost everything, this could actually be the best place to start.
I've hit rock bottom, and let me tell you guys something. I can't explain it, but I've experienced it, and I can tell you that it's true. There's something really, really, really good about hitting rock bottom.
Because on the one hand, you can't go any lower from there, so therefore you're actually going to be willing to do whatever it takes to get you out of that situation, and you're also going to be willing to take more risks and to experiment more, because once again you can't go any lower than that. You may as well just throw caution to the wind, go out on a limb and be willing to try new things, to live life to the fullest. So this isn't the mindset that everyone who's lost everything takes. I mean, also relating to my own situation, based on what I knew, none of what I've been going through has actually been my fault. But as Drew and I spoke about during our part 1 podcast, you can either see it as why is God or why is the universe doing this to me, or you could reframe it and be what is God and what is the universe trying to teach me in all this. So this is the perspective that I have managed to take, and I'm very proud of myself for it. So I've never actually looked at myself as the victim in all this. I've looked at myself as what is God trying to teach me, so that this way I can actually level up my whole life and become better than I ever would have even thought possible prior to all this. So all this stuff has actually given me the opportunity to have my own platform, spread all my messages of positivity, spread my messages of truth, tell people with whatever struggles they might be going through, because I know what it feels like.
Like the poet Longfellow said, defeat may be victory in disguise, the lowest ebb is the turn of the tide.
Moreover, some people actually have to hit rock bottom in order for them to make a change, and I don't think that's actually the right thing to do. So truthfully, it shouldn't take you having to hit that your absolute lowest to be willing to make a change. So for instance, sometimes a drug addict, until they actually lose everything, until they actually lose all their friends, lose their family, lose their house, that may be sometimes what it actually takes for them to turn their whole life around. And obviously that's a completely different situation from my own, because everything that happened to me health wise, so back in high school I actually thought I was doing everything possible to take control of my health, other than lack of sleep, and working myself into the ground. But like most of what I went through has been a result of like pharmaceutical injuries and stuff. So like stuff like I actually had like no control over and no knowledge of prior to this. But like having gone through all this, I've actually had this incredible opportunity to learn through everything I've been through. And as a result, I've been able like to learn so much more about holistic health, and I've been able like to help like so many people in the process. Like also going along the same lines, through all my physical injuries I've had over the years, this actually gave me a very valuable opportunity to learn from body mechanic. So like there was actually a period of time, I want to say back in, so like towards like the end of like 2016, where like every body part of mine was injured.
I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs, and every afternoon I break my arms.
So like I was explaining all of my ankles, I couldn't lift at all without throwing out my back. And like you guys are going to be able to read more about this stuff in depth once my book comes out, as I keep teasing. But like my shoulder was messed up, my elbow was messed up. So like prior to this point, I thought I was doing everything possible to keep my body healthy and like stay injury free. But by hitting rock bottom, what I learned was that like there was so much like more to the human body, and as a result, I've been able like to level up so much more since learning and like since acquiring all this knowledge, and now my body is that much more resilient and that much better. Same thing is definitely going to happen when it comes to my whole holistic health and like my healing journey. So like if I never would have gone through all this, chances are I probably wouldn't have been like as like motivated to dig as deep as I have been into the whole world of holistic health and like in gaining all this knowledge on what health is. So like back in high school, I didn't know like the importance of detoxing, I didn't know about grounding, I didn't know about the importance of like getting in nature. But like having gone through everything I have, this all motivated me to dig as deep as possible into the whole world of health. And so as a result, once I get all better from all this, which I definitely will, it's taking time, but like it's not easy, it's frustrating at times because I really just want to be all better already. But like I know that like God is trying to teach me stuff, and so the universe is actually helping me to level up in so many ways that had I not hit like this like rock bottom, chances are I probably wouldn't have been as like motivated to look into these deeper areas. So also, when you're going through the toughest times in your life, whether or not they're actually based on your own doing or not, whether they're actually your fault or not, it actually gives you a chance to build yourself up from the bottom, to develop this grit, to refine your passion, to rediscover your purpose in all this, and then once you do ultimately rise up again, you're going to be able to rise up that much further, and you're going to be able to have these qualities that were like developed while you were at your lowest, that like other people, it might be harder for those who aren't going through these situations to actually be as motivated to build this level of character, to build this level of grit through the struggle. So like whenever people are just going on about their lives, so like as I've actually learned recently through talking to plenty of people like who also have like some level of like digestive issues, a lot of times the only way that like these people like will actually be motivated like to like turn their whole life around and to make all necessary changes like to like start their own healing journeys is like a lot of times they actually have to be desperate enough to do it. Unfortunately, a lot of people, whether they're going through a mediocre job, whether everything is just okay, and like whenever they're able to get by every day.
What if fine isn't good enough? What if I want extraordinary?
Yeah, no, fine.
You'll never be fine, and neither will I!
Like a lot of people, for some reason, I don't understand why, because I've never had this mindset. I always wanted to be the absolute best, I wanted to perform at my best, I wanted to feel the best. But like a lot of people, it actually takes a massive downturn in order for them to be willing to do whatever it takes, in order for them to be like desperate enough to the point where if they don't make a change, then essentially everything is just like out of control by that point. So like some people like actually need to be desperate enough to make a change in order for it to happen. I was never this way, but like having said that, all the stuff I've been through has been developing me so much more, has helped me like level up my knowledge base so much more, so it's helped me to understand my body that much more. And so when I ultimately do get all better, I'm gonna have all this knowledge and I'm gonna have all these incredible qualities built.
And the reason most people win so big when they come back from rock bottom. The reason that when you watch TV, you hear these stories of people who made something, lost it all, went to the bottom, and then came back up even stronger is because that journey is what creates the tools, the mindset, the skill, the determination, the perseverance, okay, to win the long battle of success.
And so, like, as I mentioned in the past, it's very similar to, like, the story of the bamboo tree. How, like, as I actually mentioned in one of my earlier videos. So, like, when you're not all better yet, but, like, you're doing all the necessary habits every day, you're building up, like, your knowledge base, that's essentially building up, like, the roots, and then years later, you're gonna be able to blossom into this big, beautiful tree, and you're gonna have all this new knowledge, and as a result, you're gonna be so much better off for having gone through all that. So, like, it's not easy going through the struggles. I know that I'm better than anyone, but, like, I also know that, like, my big breakthrough could be right around the corner next. When you know what it's like to have nothing, when, like, you know what it's like to lose it all, but, like, when you see how like, you're actually able, like, to build it all back up, then you're no longer afraid of losing it all again, because now you actually know that, like, you have all that it takes to build it back up again and succeed, and you can do it all with a smile on your face. So, like, also, when you know what it's like to have nothing, when you know what it's like to lose everything, you're gonna appreciate every little gain that much more. You're gonna be able to appreciate all the small things in life, and so you're gonna have, like, this like massive, like, level, like, of appreciation for everything that life has to offer. Through the bad times and through the good times, you can be able to see it all through. And so God sometimes takes you through the significant challenges as a way of showing you what you don't want.
Bob, I don't like it here. It's dark and scary. I don't want to be here. I want to go home.
So, like, sometimes, like, the universe, like, will actually introduce bad people into your life to actually show you what you're actually worth, and to remind you to stay away, like, from these type of people who don't make you feel you're your absolute best. And so, like, sometimes God in the universe has, like, this very interesting way of, like, showing you the struggles and showing you the pain as a way of guiding you towards your ultimate purpose and guiding you on your path. As long as you find the meaning in every struggle and find the meaning through all of your challenges, and, like, as long as you develop the qualities that God wants you to have, then you're gonna be better off than the person who was always avoiding the struggle and the person who didn't have what it takes. Because not everyone has the ability to be like this alchemist and, like, turn things into gold and, like, turn, like, tough situations into your advantage. So, like, that's, like, the special ability, like, to be able to have, and, like, it's not easy to do. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the message. Hopefully you guys, whatever you might be going through, hopefully you're able, like, to find, like, whatever lessons are in there and realize what the universe is actually trying to show you. That's like what I've been trying to do, as hard as it is sometimes, but, like, I'm sticking with it, and, like, I know that the universe is, like, preparing me for my ultimate goals, and, like, that's the reason why I can't give up. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the message. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment. We out here. Peace. Peace.